these guys after they've had their ears done in order to get them to stand. I've seen popsicle sticks and pieces of wire and plastic inserts, and there's actually a plastic rack that you can buy. It's called a wolf rack, and you set that on top of the dog's head, and it has plastic things that stick up in the air, and then you tape or glue the ears to that plastic rack. But over the years I've just found that something soft is more comfortable, and we just use a rolled up paper towel. Actually, Bounty works better than anything else. Some of the cheap brands end up giving you a hard base on this thing, and you don't want anything that's irritating. So, and we have it narrow at the bottom, tapered at the top, and sometimes we can adjust the size of the base just by taking out a little extra paper towel. And we put regular 1-inch athletic tape on these rolls with the sticky side out to stick to the inside of the ear a little bit and keep the dog from flipping them outward. So that works pretty well. And then we'll cut off the excess that sticks beyond the tip of the ear. Okay, little one. Let's look at these. Of course, we have a crease in the ear right here, and we want to get that crease out. You can help that by pushing the ear to the outside and kind of massaging it. But by rolling these ears, we will get that crease out of this ear, and it won't bend over the top of the head like that. So when the ear is flat like that, it's real easy for it to bend over. What we're going to do is take that bend out and then make the ear a little bit concave. When it's concave like that, then it's less likely to bend over. So, what'd you hear? Huh? Somebody's telephone? Okay, let's put a little wrap in on these. And this just goes gently down inside, all the way to the bottom. We'll pull the ear up and fold it around that little cone. And then we're using kind of a non-sticky tape here that will be easy for the owners to get off. And you just roll that around. You don't want to get it too tight or you'll cut off the circulation in the ear. And, oh, come here. Let's go down to the base of the ear. And you have to be careful on this front bottom edge, because if you get it too tight, you can irritate the ear if you put too much tension on that particular spot right there. So you have to be careful not to get that too tight.
Okay. Might hold his face, Mom.
One more at the base. One more wrap at the base. We'll take that around gently. And then that will provide support for the ear. And this non-sticky, I think this is a brand by 3M called Durapore. There's a variety of tapes that don't stick and are easy to pull off and don't pull the hair out. And then we cut off the excess on the end so that it doesn't stick out any farther than necessary. And then to keep his mother from chewing the end of this and pulling this paper towel out, I usually put a little piece right over the tip. That will protect the end of that. And then when this is removed in about 4 or 5 days, you just simply tease up the end, take that off, and then start at the bottom and unwrap it. And then the insert comes out quite easily then. So let's do this other side. We've got to turn him around. Time to turn. We'll do one on this side. You're okay. I'm just going to slide that. Oh, I know, right down in there. Some people will use tampons down in here, and that works okay, but sometimes the dog flips its head and gets those out. Plus, they're a lot more expensive than
paper towels.
3 pieces of paper towel. And it's got a little piece of tape there that's acting weird. We'll roll that around the side. There you go. Let's readjust that. Gently down in the bottom, lift that up, press that up there and hold it around. Okay. A little bit of tape on here and you'll be all set. There's one. Gently around. Okay, we might put a third one on there, based on whether we get to the bottom with this. That'll probably do it. Take this excess off the end. Try not to cut the ear. We had a lady that did that one time. She cut off the excess end of the flea collar that she had put on and cut the ear off about halfway up. Yeah. We sutured it back together and the skin lived, but the cartilage inside did not. So I'm going to put one little reinforcement here. So we had to shorten both ears to be the same length, and unfortunately it dog looked like a pit bull then. The Doberman did. So a little piece over the tip and you'll be equal. Some people will put a connecting piece of tape between the two ears and you can do that, but I find it's just something else for another dog to get a hold of. Sometimes I'll put them up like that and put a connecting piece of tape, but you don't have to. The dog will wear these just fine. In the winter when it's real cold, you have to be careful not to let them be outside for extended periods of time, because you got the ears taped and they're up and they're not moving much, so you could get some frostbite. So they can't be out for long periods of time when they're taped up like this. So we'll leave that tape for 5 days. You guys can just take it down, and when you take it down, they'll probably stand just fine, and they may do that forever. If they flop over and we have to re-roll them again, we don't want to do that for 4 or 5 days after you've unwrapped them, because that allows the ears to kind of air out a little bit and any tape irritation to go away before we re-roll them. So you don't want to wrap them right away.
So just like 5 days at a time, then take it off,
Yeah.
and if it needs it, do it.
Some of these dogs you have to roll them just a couple times. Some of them we end up rolling 5 or 6 times. So usually we can get them to stand. So there are some inserts that you can put in the ear. Some of them are made out of hard plastic. Some of them are made out of a wire. We rarely have to use those. I think I've only done that a couple times in the past 30 years. So. Okay, he's all set. You guys can take it down 5 days from now. So
Thank you,
this
Dr.
is
Hildebrand.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'd take it down Friday night or Saturday.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Dr.